So if that behavior is found to be true, of course it is not acceptable.
I hope he get his job back, and I hope he'll clean up the Clayton County again.
Today, some Clayton County voters are split on their support as a federal trial gets underway against suspended Sheriff Victor Hill. Now, today, federal prosecutors called the first witnesses to the stand.
Hill is accused of violating the civil rights of 7 detainees at the jail. We have special live team coverage for you this evening looking at how Clayton County voters feel about the trial. But first, Joe Hinkie was inside the courtroom today. And Joe, you heard from a former Clayton County Sheriff's Office captain who was present during 2 of the incidents Hill is on trial for.
That's right, Jennifer, and we'll get to his testimony in just a second. But first, federal prosecutors gave their opening statement as part of this trial. And during that statement, they said Victor Hill violated the civil rights of 7 people inside the Clayton County Jail by forcing them or ordering them to be placed in a restraint chair for several hours at a time as a form of punishment. Now, when these incidents happened, these individuals are still pretrial detainees, meaning they had not received a trial and had not been found guilty yet of any crimes. Prosecutors in court today for the first time showed 2 videos of 2 separate incidents where we could see inmates being placed in the restraint chair. A former Clayton County Sheriff's Office captain who oversaw the county jail's operations testified in 2 cases he witnessed there was no reason for either inmate to be placed in a restraint chair, as both men were remaining calm and not posing any threat in his opinion. In one case, the inmate is seen talking with Sheriff Hill while handcuffed and surrounded by approximately 10 officers. In the other instance, almost an hour passes as a man is being booked into the jail and he is left alone for large portions of that time. Witnesses said he posed no threat, but at Hill's orders in both cases, the men were put in the chair for 4 hours, and someone could be only removed from the chair with Hill's approval, according to the former Sheriff's Office captain we heard from. Prosecutors also told the jurors today inmates who were placed in the chair complained of bodily injuries, and at least 2 now have scars from being placed in the chair. Now, during opening statements in Hill's defense, his attorneys said Hill did not commit a single crime here, and his orders to use the restraint chair is in line with both state law and Sheriff's Office policies. They also said this type of chair is used by jails and prisons around the country. Now, today was the first day of testimony in this trial. It is expected to last at least 2 weeks. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Okay, Joe, thanks a lot for the update. And we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. Victor Hill has a lot of popularity and respect in Clayton County despite this current legal battle. 11 Alive's Don White picks up our team coverage from Jonesboro after speaking with voters.
Overall, suspended Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill remains widely popular here in the county. A tweet on his Twitter page even says fans on Grand Theft Auto added his cruiser to the game.
I think that's real important. That's why I walk the jail any time of the night. That's why I patrol the county.
Everybody like the man.
Javante Lilly is one of the many Clayton County voters who supports embattled Sheriff Victor Hill.
People will bow down for the man, and he'll help everybody. He'll get his shirt off his back to everybody. You're a nice guy, nice fella.
Reva Robinson is a former law enforcement officer and questions the sheriff's actions.
If that behavior is found to be true, of course it is not acceptable.
One of the things that might actually explain why Victor Hill is able to maintain support is the notion that perhaps he's being persecuted. And so if he's being targeted politically.
11 Alive political analyst Andra Gillespie believes the support isn't guaranteed to continue if Victor Hill finds himself in more scandal.
Just because people rallied to your defense, one time or even over the period of a number of years, it doesn't mean that that support is indefinite.
I think that justice will be served one way or the other.
And he will get the job done. You know what I'm saying? I hope he'll come back and change Clayton County forever.
The support continues online. This change.com petition to reinstate the sheriff has several thousand signatures. In Jonesboro, I'm Dawn White, 11 Alive News.
All right, Don, thanks a lot. By the way, we have more on this investigation and what actually happened inside the jail on this story on 11alive.com.